absolutely loved this film. I watched it last night and I want to watch it again as soon as I can because it was such jokes. But I just spoke to Caitlin and she was saying that when you were all kind of working out about who was going to play Johanna, you all went out drinking and then the next day you had to be like, so have I got the part? Have I not got the part? What happened?
So confused. I was literally deeply confused because they had flown me to London to formally audition, and I had this sort of very special weekend with Koki where we walked around, East London, and she was telling me about Johanna in the 90s in London and what it would have felt like, and we just talked about the character and about life and her journey and the film itself and what her vision was for it, and then I sort of formally auditioned for a few hours in the afternoon, reading the scenes and taking notes and all of, kind of the traditional stuff. And then at the end of 2 days of that, they were like, we're taking you to dinner with Caitlin. And I was like, great. But I was like, just nod and smile because like, that's incredible. But what? Little did I know they had decided amongst themselves that I had gotten the role, but they did not yet. They couldn't formally communicate it to me because it had to like get all approved and everything by everyone formally. So I'm at dinner. I'm at a 6-hour dinner with Caitlin.
That's intense. That's a lot of courses.
One of the best nights of my life. We're like in a booth. We're like talking about books and the books she read growing up and the character. And she was making fun of me mercilessly because I walked into the dinner with my binder and I had the script and I'm sort of a little bit specific in the way that I like annotate and take notes and all this stuff. And so she was like, you're so nerdy and sweet with like, you're coming to dinner, like an evening, like to have a drink and a nice dinner with like your binder. And we just had such a beautiful time. And it was just this amazing dinner of an all-female creative team. And I called my mom after, she was still awake in New York. And I was like, I don't know if I got the role, but I met very special women, very special creative women, and I hope to work with them in the future, whether it's on this or just in life, because it was a very special kind of evening and sort of week in the UK, and I just sweated out for 2 weeks back home, and then I found out.
I get it. They're not. Can we just talk about your amazing accent, because it is not easy to do a regional accent anywhere, and you spent a lot of time in Wolverhampton perfecting it. Is that right? Did you have you kept any of the little kind of? Do you say rubbish instead of garbage now?
Well, a few. I say knackered. I love knackered. That is not a word that people in the US know what it means, but we don't use it that often, and I love it. It just has like the word has the feeling inside of it. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, I'm knackered. And I love that. I definitely know how to translate when I'm in the UK. I know all the correct words. But I would say knackered's the one that's really stuck with me and kind of embedded inside of me. But Wolverhampton was, I had to go there. There was no way to do this film without really spending true time there. And Koki had this magical kind of crazy idea to have me work there. And at first they wanted me to work on a cheese counter, but I'm allergic to cheese. So I was like, so sorry.
You'll kill me.
Yeah. It will not be a good experience for us, like medically filming the movie if I spend 4 weeks like working around cheese. But then they found this kind of feminist utopia of a store in Wolverhampton called the Shop in the Square, and it's 25 local female artists that sell their work, and they're all kind of gifts like cards and knickknacks and jewelry, and they welcomed me in. They welcomed this sort of avant-garde situation of like this American girl who needs to learn the Wolverhampton accent, and were so kind to me. And so eventually I was like, you guys, you have to be hard on me. And they were like, okay. And they were like, Beanie, do it again. Say it again. You're not doing it right. I was like, I love it. No, but it was so helpful. It was so helpful. And I got to pull my own pint in a pub and drive to work on the other side of the road. And I had a really full kind of experience, and it was very out of body, but it was truly once in a lifetime. And I would never have been able to understand Johanna if I didn't, of course, understand the way she spoke. But then more than that, I think like going to the library that Caitlin grew up going to, and I have a very special picture of me holding How to Build a Girl. Like, they have a copy at the library, and holding it in the library that she grew up at, and then going to her house and the house that she grew up in, and and a woman across the road coming out, and she's like, "Are you here for the Morans?" And we were like, "Yes." And she was like, "You know, they don't live there anymore." We're like, "Yes, we know." And she was telling us about Caitlin growing up, and you know, just those experiences are once in a lifetime, and it was so crucial to playing the character.
Well, I loved it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I want to watch it again because I feel like it's really nice to kind of think back to what my 16 and 17-year-old self was, and you know, think back to that time, because it's weird when you and you look back and you think about your first job and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you so much, Beanie. And like I said, I'm going to watch it again. Congratulations. And obviously I'm sure you are more than welcome back to Wolverhampton anytime. Like, friends for life there. Friends for life. Wolverhampton for life.